Hello, you beautiful people. UncleCode review is here. We're gonna go for another grade students. I'm gonna review another code. I jump to the lines, modify them, adjust them. Maybe we get something really nice out of it, and then we enjoy from another students. Okay, Ash, Maysam. Hello, guys and gals.
Hello, how are
Hello!
you?
Hi, Uncle How is Nisa?
It's good. Okay, Ash. Who is the one that we're gonna review his code or her code today?
Okay, so today we're gonna have a very interesting kid. Actually, not kid. He's a teenager.
Oh,
So he's 19 years old. His name is Fathulla.
19. How
Yeah.
when he joined here? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Fathulla. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Joined
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah. So
I remember he talks in one of our video.
Yeah, I was
exactly.
referring to that one
Nice,
too.
nice, great. Hello,
He-
Fathulla. How are you? Nice. I hope to see you around again. Well, so let us know. Tell me a little bit about him, Ash.
yeah. So you're right. He actually have one of our videos, and he was talking about how important it is to learn coding.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
It was, and it's. I like it the way you explain it. I really like it. It's really real. It's really come from your own experience. I like that one. Perfect. So we have two codes, right? From Fatullah,
Yes.
we go through it. So that means now he's 19. So he joined when he was 17, right?
Yep. Yep. That's right.
Perfect, Fatullah. Great,
Yeah.
great. So you know Fatullah 17 and 19. Both of them are primary numbers. Primary numbers. That's interesting. So you joined when your age was in a primer number, and now again in a prime number, not primer, prime number. Sorry. And prime numbers are amazing because they're strong. You can't easily fold them. 12 is a very
Unbreakable.
important number. 12 is very important. You see it everywhere. In music, you see 12 notes. In calendar, you see 12. In clock and time, you see 12. One of the reason historically, old days, people choose 12 because you can easily fold it to any way you want it. You can divide it by 2, you can divide it by 3, you can divide it by 4, by 6. So no matter how many friends you have at home, you can divide it. And then also, there are some interesting other properties within the 12 and its divisors. But prime numbers are strong. So if you don't want to be full, make sure to be a prime numbers. That's what we're
Yeah,
going to
talking
do.
about 12, that's like the fingers are like 12, so it was very easy for them to divide to 3, 4.
Sure,
They
everywhere.
could count using the time. Really, it was very useful. People could count by that. So we divided by 2, live long and prosperous.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. I like it. It's Star Trek. It's Star Trek. So it's not only on planet Earth and even other planets. 12 is a kind of number. So now let me share my screen. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. How what's going on here, Misam?
All right.
Or
This is a very fun code. He made it out of himself. That to
oh,
the usage is to apply the if and else somehow. That there are 2 different conditions, and this is the usage of and or and logical operators actually to combine 2 things. So he come up with choosing random numbers and did some fun stuff using that. The outcome is interesting to watch.
okay. I'm gonna run the code first.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Okay. I don't know why, but I got the feeling of a Star Trek. And the hyperdrive and then
Yeah.
Star Wars as well. Although technology is different between a Star Wars and a Star Trek fan, you guys definitely know it. But that gives me the feeling of we're going to the center of galaxy with the speed of light. Interesting.
And look at that.
Online.
It's
What?
not only going outside. It does that other ways
Yeah.
as well.
If some
So-
conditions are met, it will react differently. So in
Let's look at the
particular
code.
things, yeah.
Let's
It
go.
reminds me also CERN as well. No, hadron colliders.
Yeah,
the
that
particles
also.
are coming out.
You're right. Their diagram is like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see what do we have here. We have Tom. Okay, great. Be loyal with the Tom name and with 2 speed 0 import random. Cool. So let me just a little bit make some changes here. Okay, great. So first of all, I'm gonna bring up the random on the first line. I like to do all the randoms on top, and then here we do have range. So we're gonna have 10,000 to understand it. We're gonna make it 10. This line, we're trying to figure out what is the current position of x and y, and then if x in the range of minus 300, 300 for the x and the y, so you're defining technically a kind of a square area. And then what you're going to do, you will pick up a random length and then a random degree angle, and then you just go right randomly something like minus 180 and 80. Okay, and then you go forward this. But when you go to the else, when x is outside of this zone or region, then what you're going to do, you change the color randomly, then you're back to the center. Okay. Perfect. That's super nice. You are mixing conditional structures with probability and the randomness. Okay, there are a few mistakes. I'm going to fix them first. I just noticed something. You see that? Let me run it with 10. If I understood correctly, Fathulla, when point is outside of this 300, 300, 300 minus, the color should change. But look at here, color is keep changing. You see, color is keep changing. Even when it's within the, for example, the minus 300 to 300 is somewhere like this, and somewhere on top. But even when I run it, no matter, it's keep changing the color.
Goes to the else directly, apparently.
So we want to figure out. We try to understand what is going on. So the only place Fathulla changed the color is else. So let me make sure that we're going to happen. I will come here, and maybe one of the nice things that I'm going to do, I print X and Y, because I want to see that what is going on. Let's see what is going on. I will run it, and then I know what is happening.
Can you zoom on that?
Look at the numbers. So the numbers are in the range, but something is wrong here. Let's see what is wrong here. So my first, I know the answers, but I want to pretend I don't know the answer. Okay, so what is it? Why is like that? Okay, I have an idea. So let's see why it's happening. Why it's getting a little bit not in the way that we really want to see it work. So I'm going to do this. Let me a little bit zoom like that. Okay, here you're saying that if x in range minus 300 and 300, and x it is, for example, x is this number definitely between 300 and minus 300. So let's do this. This is something important. I'm gonna just come up, and then let's see why is maybe something is wrong with my understanding from the range.
All right.
So what I'm gonna write print 4 is in a range minus 4 and minus 10 and 10, like for example, like that,
So it
is true.
True. Exactly.
Let's see. Let's make sure. How about I put 20? Huh?
Should it be? All right.
So
false.
That means this in operator is correct. And now let me be a little bit playful, huh? Like what if I'm going to put 3.4, for example?
All right.
Oh, I got false.
Why? 3.4 is in the range.
It is in the range, but this range is not that range that we know from English. It's the Pythonic range. Let's print the range. Let's see what is going on.
What do you mean by Pythonic range?
The Pythonic range is this. So look at here. When you write range minus 10 to 10, doesn't include fractional numbers or real numbers. It's just integer numbers. And
let's zoom in on that. It's too small.
It's too small because if I zoom, unfortunately, there's something here I can't zoom.
Oh, okay.
I have to use the browser zoom.
All right.
So
nice.
You see that when I print this, that's what I'm going to get. So 3.4 does not exist. But in English way, range from this range to that range, it's going to work. It makes sense. That's what people use. But when you're a computer scientist, everything will be a little bit different. When you say, I have a variable integer, and then it can be byte, it can be integer, it can be long, it can be different the way that we talk about it. Range in Python returns back integer. So
that makes sense. Because that infinite number of between that cannot print them. Of course.
It is like that. And there is a library, NumPy, that has a range that does with fraction, but you have to define the steps. For example, how deep you want to go. You can say, for example, 0.1. So then you're going to get 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, or 1.01, 1.02, so forth and so on. So, but range itself works like this. So that's why your code never goes to the part that you wanted. So we have to fix it. So we found the kind of issue here. So let's go and do something. So there are different things that I can do that. But what I want to do something that doesn't change your code at all that much. What if we can maybe we can make it like this? If you come and write a code like this, if you write, for example, we should come up with some idea for this zooming. If, for example, if you write, for example, if x is minus 400 or 300, and then 300, this is gonna work, because then this makes sense. So you can do something like that. Say,
nice.
Minus 300 to 300. That's the way that the Python allows you to do that. And y is between minus 300 and y, something like that. Okay. So then if you run the code, so now you're going to get different. So you see that we go out when one of them is greater than the range that we define. So if I now try 1,000 or 10,000.
All right, now much more crazy.
Now it's not correct. It's 2012 movie may sound.
In one of them actually happened that there was a part that a guy joined there that could navigate through the towns. So in that one, they come up with something like this, that they could through the fabric of space. Of course, it was back in time, far back in time, and I think that wouldn't be that. It was not that colorful as well.
And you can see here, you see all the numbers that they're not in a range is printing here. So cool. But then this now work. This is gonna work. So let me back to the 10 again.
It reminds me something else as well. In the scientific study, they exposed the spiders to different materials, and the web they are creating are going different than the normal webs. All right. So it's one of the patterns. The spider got crazy and running all the way.
Like an angry bird, angry spider. So angry spider, angry. So this is one. And one more way that just came to my mind now, you can do that is this. If this is good, I mean, this is good enough. But one more way that you can do that is, let me remove this print. We don't need to print them again. So you can do this. You know what? We can write x and y equal by, you can use an integer function that round numbers and give you the integer. For example, 3.4 will be 3, or 5.6 will be 5. So you can do that, and then you can back to the previous code that you had. That means you can write that now. If you want to back to that, if you like that, the style, if x in range minus 300 and 300, and y in range minus 300 and 300. So, something, it's going to work. This will do the same thing. You see, both possible, because it just convert. This is called type casting or type conversion. And I'm converting the fractional number to this, because in your case, you don't care about fraction. You want to just make sure it's in the range. So that's again another way that you can do that. I can give you some ideas about the color, but I skip it for sake of the time. And then so Tom position and checking and jumping, and then right minus. I like this way of thinking. Minus 180 or 100. You know what? Or you can do like it's your choice. Both correct. You can just technically write 360. So these two both they do the same thing, huh? And then also that is more mathematical way. A little bit of more understanding.
Yeah, it's just like the protractors. They go from negative 180 to positive.
And for color, you generated 3 random colors for color, okay. And then pen up, go to 0, 0, pen down, and all good, perfect. Fathulla, it was a nice code. It increased my adrenaline and dopamine and all of the body. So,
learn new things.
Great, awesome, perfect. So we go for your second code.
Ooh, I want to see this.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
Look at that. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's the end. For a
Look,
moment, my
it
child
is,
doesn't have the end.
it is something interesting. Look at all these codes. Look at all these codes. It's just like all text, but when you run the code, you will just see it totally differently. It can be improved a lot, obviously, can be improved a lot, but the end result is hard to compare. You play, you will see. I mean, is a fine drawing. It's just like drawing exactly. Yeah.
Ash, look at here. Look at here. Tree.
Yeah.
Should be about drawing. Fathulla, I guess you could draw
Exactly.
tree. Brown, dark green, green, forest green.
Yeah.
You are coming from Malaysia. Perfect. Let me run it. Ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else in the universe, get ready for.
Behold.
Okay, I'm gonna click up now, and Fathulla is coming.
Fine. Okay.
Oh wow! Look, let me run it again because I zoom out.
All right.
Oh, look at
There you
that!
go.
Oh, yes, 2 trees. Nice. Looks like a game. So perfect. Very good. Very good. Look at even I like the depth that you gave to your tree by
Exactly.
Yeah.
nice.
Artistic.
Very artistic, interesting, and such a good way that you can keep your attention and concentration. I guess he can really focus. That's a really
Indeed.
Yeah.
He is very focused and very passionate and very particular. Oh,
Yeah.
really interesting.
it's very beautiful, guys. You know what? I always say that keeping people they do their best. People they do their best. Then mentally they are in a state of flow. State of flow is somewhere beautiful between boredom and anxiety. And Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, the name of the psychologist, he created this concept, and he's very famous. Search about him. I think I'm going to talk about this in one of my video in gamification. That he figured out when we do masterpiece in music, when we suddenly forget about the time and people around us, like now I'm in the
That's
state of
it.
flow. Okay, we're in the state of flow. We just disconnected, and he did a lot of research that majority of beautiful things happen when author was in the state of flow. And means brain has a limited bandwidth, like a highway. When the majority of the bandwidth is engaged with what you do, you are really enjoying. It can be a game, it can be a movie, it can be a talk, it can be your child, it can be your playing games or coding, which I can see definitely, Fathulla, you were in the state of flow when you
Or
were
code reviewing, of course.
code review. This is exactly what we're doing now. So let me. Okay, I can talk about many things here, but what I'm gonna do now? Let me zoom a little bit. Okay, so here you do have a 4. Go to. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, one of the things that I do, I comment the entire of the code and I run it to know what is happening.
One thing I wanted to mention here is to
Ah.
having the attitude of adding comments, so it makes it very readable.
Exactly. It's something I think you should ask students to practice it. It's very important. So here you draw truths. Comments help us a lot. Here we do, okay, now you go for the first round, and I guess you did now, okay, those black boxes around.
Mhm.
And then let's go for the next one. Let me see what is happening here. So then another one, okay, and then I guess light green should be that one, okay, and then this is and then okay, now we're understanding. We are now getting into Fathulla code. We try to
Very good.
Yeah.
Step by step.
Okay, I have one thing here. You know what, Fathulla, and all other students and trainers at Kidocode, you have to be very, very particular about pattern recognition, and then try to see that if there's any chance we extract patterns and avoid repeating them. So here, when you look at it, you see different shapes. This is different than this. I know that, and but there are a lot of similarities, and the part make them different is can be considered as a kind of parameter. Actually, technically, in functional programming or in computer programming, when we create a function, parameters are those little things make patterns to be a little bit different. Actually, there's another way of thinking about function and parameters. And for example, let's say I look at here, look at three of us, Maysam, Ash, and myself. There is a common patterns. We are human. Okay, we're human. So let's say we have a machine that give us a human. So I have to give some input parameter to give me different human, different instances. So parameters are those things make us to have different humans. And in the real life, parameters are like genetics, environment, and many, many more things. And also colors, shapes, height. So but that doesn't mean you can't find common patterns between us. That's what I'm trying to say. When I look at your code, I see that this and light green and brown, all of them I can see there are some layers, some bugs, some layers. Yeah. But what makes them different? Color and height, right? Height.
Yeah.
And the place that you the right. So when I look at your code, let's zoom in and look at Fathulla code. So this is the code for brown. See how similar is these two code together?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Both of them, he goes to the beginning, right 90 and forward 150, and then left. Wait a moment. Oh no, I made a mistake. Light green here. Yes, light green, and gray, and then yes. So then, let's do this. Let me zoom out again. Let me back to this place. Okay. Let me run it. Okay. Now when I want to do the green, I'll just bring the light green out. Okay. Then you have another 4 lines to bring it and make the turtle ready for the next draw. So I can say that this is drawing one layer and be ready for the next layer. Depends on where you want to draw that layer. Or for example, in this case, okay, so what I'm going to do, I will come and I will make a function maybe somewhere here. I don't know, like here. Call it def layer, and the layer get the color and get the height. Now I'll try to do something like that. And let's see if I can make it better. You see, 150, because I draw 150 and then you bring down again 150. So maybe I copy this one and I come and I paste it here, and then I make this a color, and then I make this a height. I'm not sure if I have to consider this one. Depends on the way you route the code. So let's try. I'll go for dark gray. So dark gray is one of them. So I'm going to write down here, draw. What's the name of the function?
How about the green?
Layer.
Right. Layer.
Draw layer. So draw layer. So I'm going to make it dark gray, and then I'm going to give 150. So let's see if it works or not. Okay. No, not 150. It should be 10. Okay, cool. It worked. Right. So what I'm going to do, and then I will come here and I will again comment this one, and I write this. Cool.
Very good.
And then I go for the green. I'll do with the green, and what should be the height of green? 150. Nice. I'm sorry, Fathulla, but you see that I'm commenting a lot of lines of code, but it's good.
Oh, you disconnected. Oh,
I back.
Yeah.
So here is light green, and this is going to be 40. And then finally, the brown.
Oh my God, much shorter.
Yeah, it's just few lines of code now.
This is
I think
40, right?
It's 40, yeah.
Okay.
There.
Good.
So then something similar can be applied for even those lines on a road and I look at your tree function, the tree function also can be like that. You know what? For example, when I look at your tree, I don't want to go through it because it takes time, but just let me bring back the rest of the code. Okay, so it's really interesting. For example, here, look at your tree. I can imagine you can create a function triangle and use it 3 times with different colors, and triangle with different colors. You can create a function like what I did here, like for each box, and draw it, put in the for loops and draw four of them. And tree, you know, like a 2 tree you have it here, or random tree. What if you're going to make 10 random tree in different locations? So this is a good example, Fathulla, because it teaches you how many lines of code you can save. You know, all these kind of things, you can just remove all of them, so it will be much smaller. And the point is, one day, if you make a decision to draw your layer in a different way, maybe in a different, but you don't need to do a lot of changes. You're just going to change in one place. So that's the benefit of modularity and bringing the pattern. So well down, nice. I really like details that you applied in this code, and I leave it to you to go through back your code and do some changes and adjustment, and maybe you can share it with me, and I go through your code again when this down. Perfect. Very good. Well done, Fathulla. Great. Beautiful.
Really enjoyed watching
your coding skill in your real life. That's amazing. Fantastic. Beautiful. So we're going to end it up, and we're going to tell something very important to Fathulla, guys. You guys, it's very important. I really wanted to tell him. Okay, Fathulla. Do not forget that you are programmers.
Oh, my hand is not in the fridge. Oh, here now.